Hi, how you doing? David Taub here from nextlevelguitar.com. What's up, good people? I just wanted to give you a quick little inside up look, close and personal look at my Les Paul. I've been getting a lot of emails about this particular guitar. What is it? Why does it look different? What's up with the inlays? And I just wanted to play it a little bit and tell you a little bit about it because I've been getting so many emails. This is a Gibson Les Paul Standard. That is actually a limited edition model. It was made in the mid-90s, I believe 96, so they didn't make a tremendous amount of them. And the thing that distinguishes this from a lot of other Les Pauls is two big things. One is the finish. This is it's almost like a fire glow kind of finish, how they got the black, brown, red, and amber yellow into each other. So it's a really kind of cool finish that you really don't see a lot. And the other thing that really distinguishes this guitar is the inlays, or the fret markers, are not the basic Gibson kind of trapezoids or block inlays, but these are actually called flower pots. That's what they call them, flower pot inlays. So they put on a lot of limited editions when they do one, they usually do something to distinguish it. And in this instance, the finish and the inlays. And if you're not sure, on the back of the headstock they also write in limited edition on the bottom here, bottom of the headstock. Everything else, the Gibson Cluson tuners, is pretty much the same. So you have a basic few differences. Other than that, it's just a pretty much mid-90s Les Paul Standard that I actually bought used at on my local Craigslist. Someone was selling it. And really sounds good. Let me play it for a little bit and I'll show you some of the different sounds that I get out of this. I'm just playing through a Line 6 Spider 1, which I'm going to do a separate module on because I get a lot of questions about this amp, and just a solid state practice amp I can play and get some decent tones out of at low volume. They're up to the Spider 3 series now. The Spider 1s they did in the red, Spider 2s and 3s, and as they continue, well, they've been using all black finishes. So right now I just have just a little bit of drive on the Insane channel. They call that the Insane channel. And so it kind of sounds like this. So it has that real Gibson kind of ballsy tone, which is really, you can only get from the Les Pauls. You know, if you want that Les Paul sound, the best thing to do is just save up and get a Les Paul. Epiphone makes some pretty close copies, but that big, beefy Les Paul sound is really trademarked to the Les Paul. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to dial up the drive a little bit. I'm going to increase the gain, the drive, and run the bass about 2 o'clock. I cut the mids back. I don't really like that real scooped mid sound like a lot of the heavier metals and the death bands. They cut your mids back, and you might like that sound. That's that scoop mid sound, but I personally don't care for it. So I have the mids a little lower than the treble. Well, of course, all depends on your guitar and what pickups you're running and just experimentation. And then I keep the channel volume full pegged. Okay, because on solid state amp I could keep the master volume fairly low so I could talk over it and it's not going to vary the sound. That's the thing about the solid state amps. You don't necessarily have to crank them up to get a really good tone, unlike tube amps where you have to run them pretty loud. And I just have a splash of reverb. No other effects. These are all off. Okay, the lights aren't on. So it's just a basic sound, but I want you to hear how you get that real thick, rich sound out of this guitar. If I just play like, I'm just playing like basically an E, fifth, a G, A, and a D. But there's that classic beefy Les Paul sound. And I'm playing everything, by the way, out of the back pickup, the bridge pickup. And here, I'll just noodle around a little bit so you can hear some of the other tones. I'll play out of the back pickup first. if I switch to the bridge pickup, I'm sorry, and if I switch to the neck pickup, has that real, has that more Les Paul kind of slashy kind of. So I'm playing out of the bridge pickup now, and I have the tone fully on, and a lot of times with these Les Pauls or any guitar, you can really experiment with the tone and volume controls to really dial in a lot of different sounds. If you have a really good heavy distorted tone but a little bit too much distortion, your chords are getting a little fuzzy, just back off on the volume. And you see that kind of cleans up your sound a little bit. So if I do some lead stuff, you could really get the sound of this. Now the neck pickup, and I'm going to roll the tone knob back a bit. So anyway, so there's your mid-90s Les Paul limited edition. And then it's important when you're looking at guitars, make sure you check out all the pickup combinations and see how it sounds to your ears and feels in your hands. The Les Paul is a heavy instrument, and a lot of guys don't like them, and ladies, because after playing a full night with them wrapped around your neck, it's a lot of weight. So give it the full road test, and remember, biggest things when checking out guitars is craftsmanship, playability, and quality. And how does it sound? Tone. How's it sound to your ears, and how's it feel in your hands? We'll see you soon. Matter? Looks matter, I guess, if you want. Doesn't matter to me what color it is. I just like, I'll put more emphasis on tone, but all depends on what you're looking for. So we'll see you soon. Take care.